What is the key to the Niners attacking the Saints defense, which did just a great job last week against the Bucs?
It's
Maverick. I forget. Sorry. Maverick, you go.
Well, the Saints have a good defensive line. I think David Onyemata had a good game last week against Tampa Bay, and Trey Hendrickson's also good. And then Marshawn Lattimore, like I said, I think might shadow Brandon Ayuk. But the linebackers, we know Quan Alexander has not been great. The linebackers aren't good as a whole. That's why they had to bring Quan Alexander in. Demario Davis is a decent blitzer, but he's had a down year. I think Leo, your PFF grade, you love those. He's in the 50. He's 52.7, I think.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah. And then Alex Anzalone has also not been great. And that's a way to beat him is those jet sweeps, get to the outside, get around, and force those linebackers to make plays. And that's how they can score points is Brandon Ayuk, JaMychal Hasty. I know we all want JaMychal Hasty to get touches. We don't know if he will. Jerick McKinnon on the outside. Get guys outside of the tackle box, and that's how they can move the chains.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to go back to what was successful for them a few weeks ago. Get like Mav said, the jet sweeps, those types of things. The new running back that they brought up, he's a pretty quick guy that I think is going to be able to help them attack the edge as well. Who's a little bit quicker out there than what we've seen from either two guys. So I think they really needed just a lot of screens, a lot of jet sweeps and tosses, because that's what we're really seeing them be running the ball the best at is when they run toss. That's really been their biggest play all year.
So I think they got to do a lot of pre-snap motion and trick the eyes, even maybe have a wide leak play go on as well. I think you just got to confuse the hell out of his defense, especially a defense that has Quan Alexander on it, and they're expecting Quan to tell them, hey, what the hell's going on, in certain formations and things like that.
I was just there for a couple of seasons. I have no idea what they do over there.
And while Demario Davis is a hell of a inside linebacker, Quan is going to be more of the sideline to sideline. So you could essentially take Quan out of this game if you just confuse him, and I think Shanahan can still do that. Because Richie James showed that he's a guy who can play on offense. He's not just a punt returner to call a fair catch. As well as you're getting Brandon Ayuk back. And Kendrick Bourne, I would expect to play this game. And if I'm the 49ers, I would try to put Kendrick Bourne on Marshawn Lattimore as much as possible. Because he showed that he at least in the red zone, he scored on Marshawn Lattimore twice last year.
Marshawn COVID-19, is that the strategy? Just get Kendrick Bourne out there and have him coughing on people?
No, it's not. It's not going to be a World Series situation to where they pull a player out of the middle of the game because they just got his test back in the middle of the game. It's not going to be like that. So, but I think they just need to confuse the hell out of this defense. Pre-snap motion, even within the play, have a guy run the opposite way and have him nothing to do with the play. But you make Quan think he's going to get the ball, so Quan cheats that way. It happened all the time when he was on the 49ers. So I think that's something that they have to do. It's just a lot of bodies moving around.
Yeah, that's really good. I think what the key is for Daniel Brunskill to cough on the ball every time before the play and just to look up at the guy and be like, guys, I'm really not feeling well. I'm really not.
Oh, my God.
Hey, let's get him, though. Hey, good game. Can you play mind games like that in the NFL? Or did the refs hear that? Would they throw you out? I like to play mind games like that when I was a JV athlete. I don't know. That's like the funnest part of sports. They should definitely cough on the ball and say, God, I'm just hung out with a little too much Kendrick Bourne this weekend, I guess. Seriously. I don't know if running the ball is going to work. This is a really good big D line. If they can get the edge and get outside the tackles, great. They're not going to run between the tackles effectively. And if they try to throw the ball down the field, good Lord. I mean, you saw what Tom Brady, what happened when he tried to get the ball down the field. That's a shot play offense. They scored 3 points. You got to get the ball out of Nick Mullins' hands instantly. So to me, the key for the Niners offense is the Jimmy Gimmies. They need to be a bunch of Jimmy Gimmies. Like the first drive of the Rams game was 4 Jimmy Gimmies in a row, right? It was shovel pass, screen pass, shovel pass, screen pass. That's what I'd like to see. And I asked Nick Mullins today. I've been planning all week to ask him this question. I forgot what the question was at first. Then it had come back to me. But then I finally read it and I said, Nick, I noticed that Kyle Shanahan calls a lot more shovel passes, negative yard passes, gimmies for Jimmy Garoppolo than for you. Have you told Kyle that you're not comfortable with those passes and you wouldn't like them in the game plan when you start? So he says, no, absolutely not. No, I have not told Kyle Shanahan that I don't want the gimmies in the game plan. I trust him. I like those plays. And then I think about 10 seconds into it, he figured out what I was asking. And he said, but by the way, he can't just put that in every game. It's sort of matchup dependent. It's sort of scheme dependent. They better be in the freaking game plan this week. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Nick, you said the right thing. I don't want to get you in trouble, but Kyle, don't give me that. They need to be in the game plan. And what you did, particularly against New England, a team that was trying to set the edge with a 6-1 front, it's like, all right, I'm not going to run on that. I'm just going to throw screens to the wide receiver. That play that the Niners do where Nick's in the shotgun, he has a zone read, and a wide receiver's bubbling out and running a bubble screen. That play works. Call that one. That's a great way to get around the edge of a defense that's trying to set it. I'd like to see those things. Yeah, we all said the same stuff, but
yeah, reading between the lines on that, it tells me Kyle Shanahan's going to run the offense he wants to run while Nick Mullins is in there, because if Nick Mullins fails, who cares? It's Nick Mullins. He's not expected to succeed. Yeah. But with Jimmy Garoppolo, he can't really run that because that's his $27 million quarterback, and he's got to make him look good rather than running his offense. So right. I think Shanahan needs to get more to that. It's like, okay, let me protect Nick Mullins like I protect Jimmy G.
Well put, Leo. That it's as simple as that. Protect Nick the way you protect your starter. Yeah. Kyle. I'm looking at you, Kyle.